y'all, it's Kaylin. Welcome back to my channel. So if you can read by the title, today we're doing a story time. So really, I had wanted to wait until 500 subs to do this, but I'm like, you know, I got a few stories to tell, honestly, and like it won't hurt to go ahead and tell one of my stories. So it's gonna be about the time that my ex left me and my friend on the highway on New Year's Eve. So boom. So this was in 2020 going into 2021. So my friend, it's gonna be two main people in this story. So my friend, we're gonna call her B, and then my boyfriend, we're gonna call him J. So my friend B, we had been friends since like 2014. We had worked together, and that was like my closest friend. That was like the only person besides my cousin who I tell all my business to. Like we used to be on the phone every single day. And if you know me, you know I don't even like being on the phone like at all. Like we used to be on the phone for hours and hours after I got off of work. Like that, we was really, really close. So she was coming. I had just moved to Atlanta. I had been in Atlanta for like, well, almost 2 years at this point, because I moved in 2019. But she was coming down to see me because she hadn't seen me besides me coming home to visit. So we hadn't really seen each other. So she had came down on December. Oh, I had all my receipts ready. She had came down December. Sorry, y'all. I got to go through my phone real quick. She had came down here on December 30th. And, you know, everything was fine. I went to go pick her from the airport. We went to my house. We just caught up. We were chilling. She was cooking. Like my friend, she had loved to cook. So we had cooked and stuff. So everything was cool. So the next day, Eve, she had cooked again. Okay, so basically, let me fast forward. Okay, so boom, New Year's Eve. You know, we ready to be outside. We was supposed to go to my boyfriend, his people's house, like his cousin's house. And we ended up not going because I think we had waited too late. Like, first of all, yeah, so we ended up not going because it was like, I think we waited too late to leave the house. We were like cooking rotel, fried chicken. Like my friend, she used to get down in the kitchen. So basically, we was waiting on Jay to get there. So we waited too late to get the bottle. Like, B, she didn't really drink for real, but me and Jay, we used to always drink. Like, that was my kick it partner for real. Like, we used to always go out. I think that's how we bonded in our relationship. But y'all gonna see why that is not a good thing all the time. So we waited too late to go to the liquor store. So when we finally get to the liquor store, all they have is black Hennessy. And we only really drink like regular Hennessy or Douce. So this is my first time having black Hennessy. I literally got the bottle and everything. So that's the bottle. After this night, I never drank this again. So we had got the black Hennessy or whatever, and then my other cousin from out of town, he was here too. So he had pulled up. We cheers, and you know it's gonna be a good night. Yeah, this is wrong. But yeah, here you go. So yeah, it was gonna be a good night. Basically, my cousin and them, they had another bottle. They had Crown Royal, and then me and Jay, we had the Hennessy. So B, I think she drank like one shot. She was not a drinker. So me and Jay, we drank the whole bottle of black Hennessy. So we was feeling good, whatever. So my last timestamp for my story was like 10:55. Yeah, from 10:55 to the next day, I don't have any more stories on Insta. So we drank that whole bottle, and then we was like politicking for a little bit for like 30 more minutes because it was already 10 something at night. So New Year's in 2 hours. So boom, we left the house like at 11-ish. I don't even think it was like, we left super late. So like as soon as we had got in my garage, me and Jay, we started arguing like over something stupid. Like we was like just going back and forth. Like, cause one thing about him, he was low-key toxic. Like he used to like to talk shit, and he would get drunk and want to talk shit, and he would want to be like he would turn into a different person. And as our relationship went on, I didn't like that. I think that's one part of why we didn't last. Like he used to be weird sometimes. Like, you know how some people just do too much. Like we would have a good time, but if he drank, I used to have to watch him, because if he would drink too much, it's like he couldn't control it. Like I don't know, I didn't like it. So we was kind of going back and forth in the car, whatever. So boom, so me, B, and J, we get in the car. we started going to his people house. Cause we didn't end up going, but y'all gonna see why. So we driving on the highway. His people had stayed like 30 minutes away. They was like in Sandy Springs or something. So like we're driving, and like he low-key was driving fast. Like he was driving kind of crazy. So B was like asking him like, can you slow down? And he's like, no. And she's like, what the fuck? Like, so they start going back and forth in the car, and me, mind you, I'm already like drunk. Like the liquor starting to catch up to me. We was already arguing in the garage. So the liquor started catching up to me. I'm low-key drunk. I'm in my own world. Then they start arguing. I'm like, y'all just stop. And then he low-key was driving kind of crazy. And I'm like, oh, wait, hold on. Like, you are driving crazy. Slow down. So then he started getting mad, like, oh, if you don't, well, he said this to my friend. He didn't say it to me. He's like, oh, if you don't like it, you could get out the car, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, okay, well, let me out the car. So me, I'm like, girl, you not even from here. Like, you not finna get out the car. And at the time, I didn't even know where we was at. We in the side of town I don't even be on. So I'm like trying to tell them chill. So we keep driving for a little bit. Then my friend B, she's like, I'm scared. Let me out the car. I'm like, no, like, I'm like, we can just go back home. She's like, no, I want him to let me out now. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? So I'm like, I'm not finna be no bad friend and just let her get out the car by herself. I didn't really think like he was gonna do what he did. So he ended up getting mad, getting an attitude. He drive us to, I don't even know where we were at. Like, I have the location. I literally still have the messages from that night, everything. And he ends up driving us on the side of the highway. So we're on the side of the highway. We're trying to call an Uber. So I ended up calling my friend, Lissa. I know she watching this. Hey, girl. So I ended up calling Lissa. And I'm like, I tell her what happened. I'm like, hey, can you come get us? Blah, blah, blah. And her being a good friend she does come and get us. So she come get us. Mind you, this is all before... This is like literally happening like right at 12. So this is how we had brought in the new year. So she come get us. She gets to drive me back to my place. So we get to my place and I realize I don't have my freaking keys. So at this point, like my old house, I had needed like the little garage opener. And then I needed to get in my door. So I'm like calling Jay. I'm blowing his phone down. He's not answering. I'm like texting him. And me and him, we didn't follow each other on social media. I didn't find this man on Instagram. I'm like, I need my keys. I'm like going off. I'm having everybody freaking call him, text him. He's not answering. So I'm like, what the heck? Like, what is going on? So, oh, and disclaimer, I know I forgot this part. But he did end up texting back, like, after after 30 minutes, and he was like, the keys are not in here, and I'm like, yes they are, like, mind you, I'm so freaking drunk. I'm like, yes they are in there. And he's like, no they're not. So he FaceTimed me and he's showing me the car, and they weren't in there. So I'm like, dang, are they on the side of the road? But I'm like, you know, I'm so drunk, I'm disoriented. I honestly never been drunk like that before. So I'm like, oh, you know, maybe they where we left, so we backtracking. So then that's how we ended up going back to the spot. And then we was just walking up this side of down the road, and my friend ended up finding them, thank God. But yeah, just a little disclaimer. We ended up having to try to go back to the spot to find the keys. And then we did find them. They were on the side of the road, but when we had went back, we didn't find the keys right away. Mind you, it's late at night, so we did not find the keys right away. So we're looking, and then B ended up finding the keys. So by this time, it's already like 1 a.m. And I had to go back a little bit. So when I was blowing his phone up, I don't know what happened, but like I had like called my parents. I was hysterical. Y'all, I was like blackout drunk. Like my friend, she had to tell me kind of what had happened. Cause it's like, I remember, but I don't remember. Like I was so mad. Like I was calling my parents. I was like cussing, like, this bitch ass nigga got me fucked. Like I was so freaking mad. So mind y'all, I still did not hear from this man. I'm playing it back. I'm remembering stuff. So also, I was really finna say forget the keys. But I was calling my leasing office, like doing an emergency lockout and stuff. Like, I was not getting no answer. I done found my neighbor on Instagram. I'm messaging her, no answer. It's like nobody was there. Like, it was just so hard. So that's why that's another reason why we had ended up going back. Because honestly, I was gonna say forget it. Like, I had a spare in my house for my car, and then I would just have to get a new key for my door. So yeah, that was another part. So I was so mad. That's how I had brought my New Year's in, and like my friend and her friend, they're like, why you didn't call the cops? I'm like, no, I didn't. Like, we didn't really want to do that. But my B kept saying that she was gonna call the police, and I'm like, bro, like, no, like, don't call the police. So basically the next morning, me being a dumb person I am, I ended up texting him, and me and him, we had ended up talking. And this is January 1st. So my friends from my job, they had a brunch plan. We had went to Cirque, and we was so lit. We had a good time. He didn't go to Cirque, just me, B, and my other friends. So after Cirque, you know, we wanted to go keep being outside. So we had ended up going to U-Bar. And then I had told Jay to pull up. And now looking back, I'm like, him leaving us on the side of the road, I probably should have, you know, just been done with him. Because, like, why would you do that? Like, we're two females. It's New Year's Eve, and you leave us on the side of the road. Like, I wasn't in my right mind. But so he ended up pulling up to U-Bar, and it was like awkward. Like, my friend, she was standing off in the corner, like me and him was talking, but he ended up going up to her to apologize, and she's just like, okay, like, whatever. I guess she wasn't really feeling the apology. So yeah, it was really awkward. And like, he ended up going to his house after, and then we went to my house. So like, with her, everything was normal after that. But then she ended up staying like one more day, and the last day it was kind of awkward with us, but you know, we still went out to eat. I was trying to make the best of it, because my mom, she was texting me like, don't be mad at your friend, like, she did nothing wrong to you. But I'm like, I don't understand, why is it awkward energy? You know, I didn't do, like, I got out the car with you. Like, I thought I was being a good friend. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was being a good friend getting out the car with you. We done did all this. Yeah, like, that was a lot. So she ends up leaving like the next day. I drop off at the airport, you know, bye. Y'all, why she never, like, after that, she didn't tell me she got home. She didn't text me. Mind you, to this day, like 4 years later, I have still not talked to her. And this is somebody I was friends with for years. So I'm like, that's weird. But me, I'm the type of person, like, I don't, you know, kiss nobody. Like, I care, but I don't care. Like, I feel like I'm not in the wrong. I did all I could do. Yeah, I did keep talking to him. I'm low-key thinking she probably, you know, ain't like the fact that I had kept talking to him after he did that. But, you know, when you love somebody, you do stuff like that. So, I don't know, fight me. But, you know, that was my man. I did end up staying. Yeah, it was so many freaking red flags in that relationship. Like, I have a few stories about him. Like, I should have left right then and there. That would have saved me so much trouble and time in my life now. But I didn't leave. I stayed, whatever. And then it's crazy because somebody I had called on that night, also, I had called on her to, like, call and text him. Because why do I have to call? I don't even like putting people in my business, but why am I calling everybody trying to have them contact you and you're not answering the phone? You see me calling you. Like, he used to do weird stuff like that. Like, nobody even really had to know about this situation besides people who was there. And so the girl, she had her little 2 cents. I ain't cool with this girl no more either. We're going to call her D. Because she went on Instagram saying how females don't know their worth. They're down. Like, this is literally all right after this happened. Girl, I know you referring to me. So I ended up saying something to her. Then me and her started going back and forth. And yeah, she was talking about me. I don't know if I still have her messages. I can try to look. But yeah, she was telling me I don't know my worth. This and that. Yeah, I'm finna try to find the messages. This was 2021 January. 2021 January. On Snapchat. They was on Snapchat. Yeah, but I fell out with her over this. And I'm like, I was looking through my Insta story the other day from this time. And y'all, I'm still on Insta. Like, if my man said sorry, he's sorry. Like, I was so dumb over him. He wasn't even nobody to be dumb over. Like, out of all my relationships, he probably was. He didn't set no type of standard bar low. Like, that's how it be. Like, my man now, that's my man. Like, he set the bar super high. But yeah, this just was like a short story time. But yeah, she had never talked to me. I done fell out with 2 people over this. I ended up staying with him for a whole nother year and some change. Yeah, 0 out of 10. Would not recommend. But that wasn't even the first red flag. I have so many. I'm gonna have to do more story times, because between him and my ex-girlfriend, oh baby, I got stories for days. And not even for days, but I have like some stories. But yeah, y'all, so that was that. Never drank the black Hennessy again. Lost my friends. So that was my story time. Let me know if y'all want more. This is just like straight to the point, real simple. So yeah.